All right, so we're going to take you through your first workout. When we introduce the Ultimate Sandbag to people, we want you to understand via our DVRT system that there's a lot of different variables you can manipulate. Some of them are the holding positions, your body position, and basically the stability or instability of the Ultimate Sandbag itself. When we first start, we're going to keep a lot of those foundational variables more stable, so you can use a little bit more load to get introduced to the actual implement and get used to the feel of some of the exercises. So we're going to go through now as a little circuit. We're going to keep the reps and sets kind of simple. We're just going to go about 10 repetitions each. You can do this about 3 to 4 rounds, resting about 45 seconds to a minute in between exercises. The first exercise we're going to do is a bear hug squat. So Jessica's going to go ahead and set the bag up so it's vertical in line with her body. You can do it so that the bottom is faced up, meaning that there are no handles, so when you bring it up into your body, you won't have any of the handles in touching with your body. So she's going to sit back, power through her hips, bring in close to her body. See how she brought it nice and soft? She's going to wrap her arms around the bag, so she's got about 50% of the bag above and 50% below. She's going to pull her shoulders back, and as she squats down, she's going to push her knees out. So the bear hug position is one of those positions that's going to be your most stable position. So you're going to be able to handle the most amount of weight, and whenever you want to transition into an exercise that you're changing body position, it's a good way to introduce the Ultimate Sandbag as a new variable. We can change the holding position over time, as you'll see through the other workouts, to make it more challenging without actually adjusting the load. Nice job. Just let's do a few from the side. Now, the great thing about the bear hug position is it keeps your body in a correct posture for squatting. So for a lot of people that have had back or knee problems, the bear hug squat's far more comfortable than most standard other forms of squats. All right, Jessica, good job. We'll come up. Let's go and set it back down. Now, in a moment, we're going to do a clean and press. And the great thing about Ultimate Sandbag training too is it makes complex exercises a lot more accessible for most people. So if you don't have the background in doing some of these more advanced lifts, this really simplifies on how to do them so you can still get the great benefit. With the smaller or the Power Ultimate Sandbags, the reason that there are side handles instead of flaps on the end is so that when people press overhead, that they're in a better position with their shoulders. Because of the more narrow positioning of the handles on the Power package, pressing from a position like this is not recommended. Grabbing onto the end handles is going to be far better. What we're going to do is we're going to set this up so that Jessica's going to grab onto the side handles. Now she's going to bring the bag really close to her body, butt back. She's going to explode up and then press over her head. See how she finishes over her crown and then back all the way down to the ground. See how she's hinging back. She's not squatting down. She's pushing her hips back so her weight's on her heels. Nice job, Jessica. This is a full body exercise. You're going to get your hamstrings, your glutes, your core, and your upper body into it. So it's a great way to really maximize your training in whether you're looking to have limited time or space in your training. Excellent. And relax, Jessica. Well done. So now we're going to transition to some single leg training. Really, the great thing with our DVRT system is the emphasis on building stability, mobility, along with strength and endurance. So you're getting a really well-balanced fitness program. Jessica's going to power clean the bag into what we call our Zercher position. So she's going to bag the parallel handles, pop it right up. Now, she did a great job of keeping her elbows close so the bag basically floated into her arms. I'm going to have her stand a little bit in front of me. She's going to assume a stationary lunge position. So if you're not used to lunging, getting into the stationary position is much better. She's going to descend down and just come straight up. We're just going to go right here for 10. Nice, Jessica. Her weight is on her heel. Her chest is up nice and tall. The Zercher position is a little bit more of a challenge than the bear hug position because we're changing our body's center of gravity. So you can make a lighter weight feel heavier just by moving from bear hug to Zercher. Think of this as your standing plank exercise, so you're transforming every exercise into a core exercise. And relax. Good. Come on up, Jessica. So after you do 10, you can go ahead and switch to the other side for 10. For people that are used to doing lunges, you can then choose to add a dynamic step into it. We recommend starting to lunge backwards first, and then you can eventually step forwards into your lunge. That's going to change the dynamics of the exercise completely. Now, you've obviously seen that you have multiple handle options upon your Ultimate Sandbag. This also means when we do class exercises like a bent over row, which we'll do in a moment, that you can grip the bag differently to, again, stimulate a challenge without having to adjust in and out of your filler bags. We really want you only to having to adjust the filler bags if you're really needing a way to make the exercise more difficult, when handle placement doesn't work, body placement change doesn't work, or position of the bag doesn't change for you. So we're going to start in our parallel hand position. So Jessica deadlifted up. She's going to sit her hips back. She's going to come a little closer to me first, maybe. There you go. She's going to shoot her hips back, so you're not going to squat. You want to get as horizontal to the ground as possible. She's going to pull her elbows up and in towards her body, and then down under control. So she's actively squeezing her shoulder blades. She's keeping a nice flat top to her low back. She's not rounding. Her chin is a little bit tucked, so she's keeping a nice alignment to her neck. And she's isometrically working her core, her hamstrings and glutes, while really emphasizing the arms and upper back. Excellent, Jessica. And let's set it on down. Now the last thing we're going to do is a bicep curl grabbing our supinated or snatch handles. The nice thing with the Ultimate Sandbag is that we can change the exercises also because of the structure of the bag itself. In this case, because the weight distribution is at the bottom of the sandbag, your typical exercise like a bicep curl are going to work harder through your range of motion. A dumbbell or barbell is going to stop applying as much stress to your bicep as you come higher up. But because the bag is dropping, you're going to have more stress to those areas like your bicep doing these exercises. So we're going to flip the bag over, Jessica. She's going to grab underhand position, stand up nice and tall, and she's going to go ahead and just curl the weight up. She does a great job at keeping her legs locked, her butt cheeks tight, and her core tense. The nice thing is as she lowers the bag, it's wanting to pull her trunk forward. She's really working to resist that tension through her midsection. So this is not only an arm exercise, but upper back, core, and leg exercise as well. Nicely done, Jessica. We're going to do a few more. So again, you can do this for about 10 to 12 repetitions. You're resting about 45 seconds to a minute in between, and then you can repeat this for about 3 to 4 times. And relax, Jessica. Good. So circuit training with the Ultimate Sandbag is a great way to really maximize a lot of the benefits, to manage fatigue and progress through a lot of the different movements. You're seeing that we didn't really have to change the area in which Jessica is training either. So really, if you're limited on space, you can really maximize your training environment so you don't ever have to sacrifice your fitness results.